Ho, 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 ho. Welcome to Patchwork.
Are you the kind of person who can't stand long goodbyes? Well, if you are, then you're in good company. Today we'll be sharing stories from our past, playing some games, and even performing a live sketch or two. Let's snack on food while we're preparing for dinner. Grab your knitting needles and a blanket because it's time for three old friends to sit around and sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. So join me, Dion, under the tinselled covers with Christian
Welcome to Patchwork.
and Josh.
Welcome to Patchwork. Now, before we get started, recently we were talking about how often we wash our towels and our bed linen. And Christian, you were very adamant at having a go at us. I think we got a lot of feedback to it as well that we don't wash our things enough. But something that came up in the last week, Christian
Was just about to launch into us again. You just hear him, you wind back, you just went,
But what we found out was very interesting about you, Christian. Actually, I'll start with you, Dion.
Yeah, sure.
With your socks, how often and how long do you wear your socks for?
So I'll speak for myself and also on behalf of humanity as well. That I only wear my socks once.
Yep.
And I will put them in the bin and I'm...
In the bin!
I got disposable socks. So yeah, I'll only wear my socks once, put them in the laundry bin, and then they're done, and I don't wear them again. And the reason behind that is because feet stink. That's why.
Yeah. And I do the same. I wear my socks one pair a day, and then they're into the dirty washing basket.
Look at you, good, clean, wholesome boys, aren't you?
And how do you go with your socks, Christian?
Yeah, okay, not so.
So many beginnings.
I have changed my behaviour since we last spoke.
No.
Previous to that, I was wearing my socks maybe 3, 4, sometimes 5 times.
5.
Let's drill down here.
5 days in a row.
I'm happy to remove the layers and I'm
The layers of socks? Sorry, I'm really confused.
I'm an open book here. I have since changed and now am wearing them once or twice. I can't, in good faith, go down to one wear for a sock. It makes no sense to me. It is infuriating hanging up socks. There's so
That's
much
your issue.
laundry.
I think this is such an interesting turning point in Welcome to Patchwork because when you talk to listeners and when you ask them, who do you agree with? Do you agree with Josh or Christian or Dion? Invariably, I would think they usually would say Christian. But this is what you're hearing now is Christian's fall from grace, isn't it? This is the one topic where Christian has it so wrong. Christian, what would prompt you to wear a pair of socks multiple times?
Well, Dion, thank you for asking. I think I've got clean feet. That's number one reason. Number 2 reason, if I'm at work wearing socks, it's sedentary. I'm not...
But how are your socks any different to your jocks?
Because... Okay. Sorry, Josh, what goes in your jocks?
Your
Yeah.
jocular.
Yes. Your joculars, okay? You count joculars. And what goes in your socks?
Your feet.
Your feet. Your feet are like your hands, but south.
No.
Unless you're a Neanderthal, you're not walking on your hands all day, Christian. There's contact constantly throughout the
But
day.
you have protective layers. You've got a sock and a shoe.
But they're wrapped in the shoe. That's the problem. They're tied up and wrapped in the shoe all day long, sweating up a tree.
Hang on a second. All right. Do you both own gloves?
What kind of gloves?
No.
Wow, what kind of gloves?
He's really putting us on the spot here, isn't he?
Do you have gloves that keep you warm in the wintertime?
I've only got disposable gloves.
Yes, I have a pair of winter gloves.
Sure. And Dion?
Yeah, I do. They've got.
Yeah, I've seen you both wearing gloves.
Yeah.
How many times have you watched those gloves? No problem. No problem.
No. Okay, how about this then? If I had an undergarment that I had on my hand and then the glove went on top of that, I'd probably wash the under one a bit more.
Why?
Because it's been trapped in a glove all day.
Hang on, their feet though. This is.
So your argument
the
is that
point.
feet are inherently dirty?
Yes. To be honest, if there's anyone's feet that I would, let's say, make out with, it's probably going to be you because, as we've described, you're the best smelling person on the planet.
That's right. Now, extend that to my feet. I don't think I need to wash my socks every day. Also, it's an incredibly infuriating event having to wash socks. I hate hanging them up.
What's infuriating about washing socks?
Because each one needs a peg.
Nah, you don't. Just flop
Every
it
sock
over.
needs a peg.
Just flop it over the top. I don't peg my socks.
Well, and then they fall off
No,
and they're
they
all on
don't.
the floor.
They're not on the floor. It's not that windy.
Christian's on like
It's not that windy.
The objective day to hang up your clothes.
No, Christian, you're wrong. It's not that windy. Going back to the socks, though, why are your genitals that drastically different to your feet?
Sorry, Josh, did you want to ask that one more time? I'm going to give you a chance to ask that a second time.
I'd love if someone new to Welcome to Patchwork just skips to that point. They're like, oh, I'm in. This sounds like a great podcast.
No, but you're drawing this massive distinction between
Yes,
the two.
I am.
But
yes,
why?
let's be clear. Everyone listening, let's be clear that I am drawing a clear distinction between your genitals and your feet. Josh, explain to me how they're similar.
But they're both wrapped up in the things all day. They've both got their own individual thing, your jocks and your socks. They're wrapping up those two things.
But it's about what comes out of it.
Oh, is it? What comes out of your feet? As we do every year around Christmas time, we like to record a Christmas patch, including some Christmassy things. So we'll be chatting about all things Christmas, everything Christmas, all the time.
Speaking of which, considering Josh said Christmas about 30 times in that sentence, do you guys have big family plans?
Yes, my cousins are from Ballarat, so we're up to Ballarat this year. So yeah, that's the plan.
A rural journey.
A rural journey, yes. And
Wow.
my girlfriend is from Bendigo, so I spend time in Bendigo and Ballarat
My God.
over Christmas.
So Christmas is quite arduous for you.
It's a lot of hours on the road.
Actually, your girlfriend was telling me the other day that she was at a family celebration. So the reason that I bring this up is because at an Italian gathering, like a large family gathering, the goodbyes take all of about 25 minutes. From the moment that the goodbye starts to you walking out of the door, it's a good half hour.
And that's just a Monday.
But Josh's girlfriend was informing me about something that she witnessed when Josh was with his family. She happened to witness this and was very taken aback because her goodbyes are quite similar to mine. They're quite long and, they've got the setup. Whereas Josh, mid-conversation with his parents...
Mid-conversation.
Mid-conversation with his parents decided to turn to Ellen and say, all right, we're leaving.
Oh, no!
Got up.
No.
And left.
Must give Josh the right of reply here. Josh, what do you think?
I did not say, all right, we're leaving.
In the middle of a conversation
No.
is what I heard, Josh.
There was a discussion occurring and it potentially didn't get to that awkward moment of everyone going, well, I guess we better go then.
so you cut it off?
I didn't cut it off. I just got to it before the...
yeah.
So at
Okay,
what point?
interesting.
Let me discuss something with Dion and you come in at
Block
the
your
point
ears,
that you're
Josh.
leaving,
Okay.
okay? Dion, so anyway, I picked up the puppy and it was just a great weekend.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it was really good. And I can't believe that you actually brought the puppy back on that night. I thought that it would have been
Yeah,
something
so
you did on
normally I
another
thought
night.
that they kind of kept it on the farm, but yeah, it really I had to bring it back that night.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to get off. So,
That is not how it happened. If your girlfriend makes a note of it, you didn't do it as seamlessly as you did then.
but you guys...
That was genius.
But know what happened there? Because of you doing your fake conversation, it was just this seamless stream of words. There was no gap. There was a gap
Okay.
enough for me to jump in. Mind you, this is because for the previous half hour, I can't remember what it was, but I had something to go off to.
Here we go. He's going to get stuck into the family now.
And those inconsiderate bastards.
From Ballarat and Bendigo.
But I had something to get off to, and I was keeping my eye on the watch, and I was like, oh man, we need to leave about 10:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that sort of went past, and there wasn't that natural moment of needing to leave, or that that flow that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got to go. And then it got later. It was like 10:02 by this stage, and so I was like, I've just got to get out of here. So I just picked the moment when it broke for a little bit. And I was like, all right, well, we better get going then.
I feel like with those big family gatherings, there are conventions in place. So when you turn up, you have to say hello to everyone. You go around the room. But with the goodbye, it's open.
Really?
It's all open.
It's
like, what do you
open.
do? I don't want to have to. But like, ideally, I would love to leave without saying probably goodbye to the people that I don't care about
At your big family
No,
gathering.
No, I was thinking more of a dinner party of a mix of people. No. Let's go with what you were saying, Christian.
Can I ask you a question? If someone, so just say you're at someone's place and there's inside, there's outside.
Yeah.
If there's a group of people outside,
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you avoiding saying goodbye to them because you have clear path to exit?
I don't think it needs to be a 25-minute. I'm assuming that was per person, Chris. Yeah, 25 minutes per person. But I think a wave or eye contact is all
wave
you got to
is
do.
fine.
Yeah, all you got to do. What do you have to do? What do
That's
you do?
offense. I reckon a wave would cause offense in my family.
Really?
You
Amazing.
need individual goodbyes. But not only that, the goodbye needs to be prompted by the host. The host has to, normally it's with a coffee. So they'll say, hey, anyone like a coffee? And that's how you know they're wrapping this up.
So you can't
You are
just
at
leave.
their mercy.
If you've got something to go to, doesn't matter.
Doesn't
You've
matter.
got to wait for the coffees.
Yeah, and now when I visit my grandparents, they don't even offer the coffee. They just say, all right, you better get going.
Great. I'd love that. I'm up for that. Sounds great. But I was wondering though, when you were saying, Dion, you think the arrival needs individual greetings, but the leaving does not?
Yeah, it depends. I think if you're going to a family gathering, obviously you need to greet everyone. I find something even more difficult when you've got a dinner party of 10 people and you kind of know, let's say, 8 of them. Do you have to go up to each of them individually? Do you kiss the girls on the cheek? That's the convention we've got going, right? Do you do that? I know, Christian, you're really good with that and you'll take the time to go around because you care about how people perceive you. But I don't know. I find that a really challenging situation.
Do you tend to go, is the greeting, is it a handshake or is it a physical touch for every single person? Because I'm quite happy to, if say you're around a table or something as people, it's a bit of a group or something, I'm like, oh, g'day guys, how you going? Maybe shake the first couple and then just sort of give a distant hello
What
to the
about
others.
that? Shaking the first couple and then not shaking the others. You can't leave people out. You have to go around to each of them.
This is the pressure that I feel. I feel that challenge, Dion, because the moment that you've given someone a big hug, like someone really close, the next person, you can't just back away and go, hey, how you going?
Yeah, that's true.
The big hug has to be replicated for everyone.
So what if you just don't do the big hug? You reel back on everyone and everyone just doesn't
a wave?
get much. Not just a wave, but maybe a pat on the shoulder.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that like a game of Duck, Duck, Goose. Remember Duck, Duck, Goose in school where you just tap each person on the head?
Family, cousin. Girlfriend, wife.
Stranger, run!
That's the new Christmas tradition. But I find myself with the goodbyes that, as you were saying with the 25 minutes, Christian, I rather a quick escape, a quick goodbye, because if you're spending all this time doing the goodbyes, it's wasted on a little pointless little wrap up instead of enjoying the company of the people you're with for 25 minutes longer. Wouldn't you much rather have a bit more of an in-depth conversation with someone instead of visiting bloody 10 different people for half an hour?
I agree, Josh. I agree. But normally the time is wasted on people you wouldn't normally spend time talking to. It's the people that you have to give the time to. It's the respect element.
Yeah.
That's what's required with the
And
goodbye.
I guess generally at that point, there's inevitably the couple of people that you didn't really get to talk to. And so it's geez, we didn't really get to catch up, did we? No, we didn't.
Do you know what I hate? I hate finding myself saying hi and bye.
Hi and bye. Yeah.
Hi and
What's
bye.
wrong with a hi and bye? A hi and bye is an acknowledgement that you didn't make an effort to talk to that person.
That's right.
But it's a nice acknowledgement.
But I hate being the one to say it. They say it to me.
Why do they say it to you?
Say it to me.
What? Has someone? I don't reckon anyone's ever said that to you. That's
Hi
why
and
you've got
bye.
FOMO. You got hi and bye FOMO. Going back to what Christian was saying, Josh, did you have any inclination that your girlfriend had an issue with how you said goodbye on that day? Be honest.
My
about
parents had an issue. They called it out straight away.
it. Really? What did they say?
Love that.
I can't remember. Like, that was very abrupt, Joshua. Yeah, the thing
Hang on,
was,
did that surprise them?
Yeah. Just a little bit more abrupt than Josh usually is.
the biggest issue was I had a thing
I mean,
to
you
get
can do that to retail staff, but not to us.
At least he spoke to us this time.
No, but I had a thing to get to, and I hadn't made that known earlier. So in my brain, it all made sense of, I've got to get out here by this time. This has gone on and on and on and on. Damn it, I'm going to be late for the thing.
Yep.
I've just got to make a dart for the door.
Why didn't you say that? Did you not say, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. I've got a thing after this. Like, why didn't you weave that in?
I think I might have said it afterwards. I was like, well, I've got a thing to go to.
He throws his hands up. Well, I got a thing to go to. What do you expect?
I think considering this is Christmas patch, but also we won't have a New Year's patch. So I want to make a New Year's resolution now that next year I would like to wave at people more.
Yeah.
I would like to hello wave and goodbye wave more and less physical contact.
Yeah, maybe throw washing socks in there in your resolution as well, Christian.
a new bike,
Oh.
but like a bike that, runs on petrol and it's got some tyres and a steering wheel.
Oh, that's a big boy bicycle.
Yeah, it's got a boot.
Santa's got one of those, but instead of tires, he has reindeers.
Bloody ages. Get off his lap. Yeah, piss off. It's my turn now.
Oh, I hope you don't behave like that normally. That's what naughty boys do.
Santa, this past year, I feel like I've really turned a corner. Yeah, haven't seen you for a while. I think it's been about a year, actually.
It has been a year, Timmy, and it is good to see you again.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your presents last year?
I did, but since then, look, my family's taken a little turn for the worse.
Oh.
Yeah,
I see your mother's not with you today.
Yeah, she's on ice. She's doing ice today.
She's ice skating.
Yeah.
What a lovely job.
And it's really, she loves ice skating. And it's really weird because, Dad keeps, there seems to be a lot of fire and he keeps on lighting fires everywhere in our property. I don't know why. And around as well.
Okay, maybe he's he works with fireworks, Timmy.
No, I don't think so. No, he goes and sees someone once a week. It doesn't really matter. But I've been thinking, Santa, this year, Mum and Dad doing it pretty tough. I think I want to start my own business. Can you help me out with that?
Of course, that's very clever, Timmy. You're such a smart boy.
Yeah.
I think for Christmas, instead of giving Santa milk and cookies, sell the milk and cookies to your friends.
Yeah, I was thinking milk and cookies or a flamethrower. And I think Dad would be really up for that as well. But yeah, Elon Musk seems to be doing pretty well. He's got like Tesla and he's developing flamethrowers as well. So why not start a few more fires?
You're such a clever boy. And you know what Elon Musk did at school? He studied very hard.
Yeah, he developed that pepper hummus, didn't he?
That's PayPal. You're thinking of PillPal hummus.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good, Santa. Does anyone get Santa anything?
No.
Really? Well, Santa, I want to present to you this gift I got for you. Can you open it up for me, Santa?
My beard!
Thanks, Santa. You fucking... Yeah, Dad's gonna love the photos of this one.
So Christmas is obviously an awesome time to see family and friends, but those young family members, I've got a gorgeous niece, and I love seeing her. And I realized that when I see her, I really, really enjoy her company, and I really enjoy the company of kids. And I feel like I'm really good around kids because it's an opportunity to be extremely silly. Sometimes I hype them up as I do with kids or dogs or cats. It's a really, really strange thing I've got. We'll talk about it some other time.
How old's your niece?
She's getting up to 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting up to
Getting
two.
up to, she's getting up there. But I was wondering from you guys, I feel very comfortable around kids, and you can tell within a few seconds whether someone you know is comfortable around the presence of 1, 2, 3-year-old kids.
How are you holding them?
I'm terrible at holding kids.
Holding them?
No, that's a good
the
point.
biggest challenge. I love spending time with children, but I feel like parents always say, yeah, you can hold them. And I go, but I don't want to hold your child.
Don't you just
Totally.
grab them by the ankle and just...
just dangle them.
I got it.
Same as a salami, right?
So, Christian, do you enjoy hanging out with? Have you got younger cousins?
Hanging out. You're making it seem...
I just really like.
To be honest, I think when I was younger, I really used to enjoy spending time with kids when I was younger. I used to say to my parents, I wanted to be a child psychologist because I thought that I understood kids. As a kid, thought that I understood other kids.
Imagine what that practice would look like. Kids coming into kids and saying, "Hey, could you just lie down here for me?"
But isn't that exactly what normal psychologists do? As an adult, they go, I'd be pretty good at understanding adults.
Yes, that's right, Josh.
Josh, are you comfortable around kids?
I'm shocking with kids.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. I'm no good because I don't know where to pitch to kids.
Yes.
Like,
You don't know where to pitch.
No, I don't know.
You're thinking too much. You're
No, I'm
thinking
not,
too much about
because
it.
I don't, whatever age a kid is, I don't understand what level they're on. Like adults, I know I can make a joke about a particular thing or talk about a particular thing and I'll know what they're getting at. As kids get younger, I don't know what they know about the world. I don't know what they think about things.
Just assume, Josh, that until they're 15, Just anything flies.
Yeah, it's true. What about
Just don't
language?
swear.
Is it, yeah, that's true. Don't swear.
it.
What about? Oh yeah, because kids.
They say the darnest things.
Yeah. But kids can obviously be really impressionable. But Josh, is it a language thing for you? Is it like if I talk to this kid normally in normal sentences, are they going to understand?
I think it's that as well as. This sounds so dumb. I don't think I'm going to have a great conversation with a kid.
That's great. So you don't think you'll get much out of the conversation? I didn't think you were so into that utility of conversation. Like you were saying that conversation before came to an end and you just had to end it because you had nothing better to do after that family event. But I didn't know you were into like efficacy so much.
But no, I get enjoyment out of conversing with people and friends and stuff. Like that's what a conversation is. You know, you're talking about things that are interesting.
Wow, you put such a high standard on children.
Yeah.
They should be the one
know.
entertaining you.
No, it should be a mutual thing, but I don't know what they're getting at.
But they're not getting at anything. They don't understand
They're
anything
idiots.
yet. But you have children in your family, right?
I have a nephew, yeah.
And they take an exception to the rule that you're not great with children.
No, I'm just not great with kids.
So even your
Him
nephew,
included.
you don't know how to...
Nah.
Wow. Okay.
I think I lay it partly on the fact that I'm the youngest, and so I never saw what kids do as they grow up.
So, Christian, do you have any advice you can give for Josh in terms of how he can deal with a kid? If a kid runs up to him and starts screaming, what can Josh do?
I think a really good starting point. See why I think you're not great with them, Josh, is because you're a thinker, as opposed to Dion.
No, he's not. He hasn't thought this through much, has he?
But you and I are more elastic. Like with our faces and stuff, we're very expressionable. Whereas you rely, your comedy is more in the word rather than the face.
Yeah.
With children, it's all very facial. It's all very slapstick. And I think feel free.
Then you look like an idiot.
Just
and in front of the kids as well.
So, Christian,
that adult's an absolute idiot.
So, Christian, that's your way of connecting with kids. Sense of humor, making them laugh, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's all about being the clown.
But then the problem is being the clown. I don't know what age that they're loving that, and the other age of that, this guy's a fool.
Find out.
I reckon just give anything a go. Just honk your nose a little bit, and if they're not laughing, go to something next
Christian,
level up.
That wouldn't work for me, but for you, maybe. The other thing that I've never really got, and it kind of ties in with this kid stuff, is like cuteness. Like I'm not big on cuteness. I don't get that. I've never had this great desire to squeeze a puppy's face or anything.
Oh, so it extends to animals, not just kids.
Yeah.
You don't find animals cute?
No, I don't get a lot out of it. People, oh my God, look how cute that thing is. I'm like, yeah, it's a thing.
This is great.
It's a thing.
It's just another animal.
This is amazing. What is going on?
Yeah, that's very
Effectively,
strange.
you are openly saying to everyone that you're closer to robot than human.
Okay, you know what? We're going to go for a walk around the zoo with Josh. Play some fucking music.
Oh, no, I love monkeys. Monkeys are great. Take me to the zoo.
Everything else other than monkeys. Oh, wow. God, this zoo's great. That polar bear is gorgeous, isn't it? It's I'd describe it as quite cute. What do you think of it, Josh?
Big and white. Yeah, I don't get cuteness of the animals, and I see the animals. I'm like, cool, that's fine. That's another version of that animal. No worries.
What do you mean that's another version of that animal?
Like,
as in like different dog breeds? You
Push
just
him,
think-
push him, Christian, push him.
But just like the idea of a cute dog or something. It's
Yes.
like, or a puppy or a kitten. Oh my
Yes.
God, look how cute it is. I'm like, it's just a smaller version of the big one.
So
I just don't get a lot. Like, people
so
lose
kittens
their-
and
people-
puppies are just smaller versions of
But you
fully
know,
grown.
But no, it's more so that there's people who lose their mind.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, look at that thing. Bring it over here.
But you don't fall in love with the innocence and the purity of it?
Nah.
So that, Christian, that's what it is for you. That's what the definition of cute is. It's that innocence. It's that it's the presumably the
it's a lot-
smallness.
Yeah, it's small. It appeals to my eyes. My eyes, I like looking at it.
Yeah,
Your eyes.
Yeah, but I get to the point sometimes that I like looking at it so much that I want to like consume it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when my cats were kittens, I used to put them in my mouth.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So there's this thing.
I'd try to eat their cheeks.
Yeah. So there's
Because I love them so much.
There's this thing called cute aggression.
What?
There's this thing that scientists and doctors have talked about, and it's called cute aggression. And
A scientist didn't come up with cute aggression.
No, and basically researchers have found that some people, when they find something so cute, they have to grab it. Do you
Yeah.
find that you get aggressive around cute things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just said he tried to eat his kittens. So
No,
yes.
that's him getting hungry around.
Look, guys, all I'm saying is if you're going to get me a Christmas present, don't get me a kitten or a puppy. Okay?
Or a baby.
Or a baby.
And don't give it to Christian because he'll eat it.
I love the idea that we're giving gifts of babies to each other. Imagine if that was commonplace. Oh, another one. God, I've got so many of these.
We'll
now.
learn how this works, Joshua. You will learn. And now it's time for Ho Ho of the Week.
Ho ho.
Ho Ho. Ho Ho. One of the most legendary acts of kindness of St. Nicholas was that of saving 3 sisters from being sold into prostitution. Ho Ho.
Ho ho. Ho hos. My least favorite part about Christmas is that there's this implied pressure to give gifts to large numbers of people. And I don't know where that line blurs. I don't know how far my gift giving needs to extend. Because if I could limit it, I would limit it to no gifts. No gifts at all.
At all?
And I have tried for years to negotiate with all the close people in my life as a kind of barter. No, don't give me a gift and I won't give you a gift.
But we've spoken about this before, and you love giving a great gift, Christian.
I love giving a great gift when it's not under the pretense of a particular event like Christmas, which is made up.
Wait, so you just like giving gifts for the sake of it, not when it's a wedding, a birthday, Christmas?
No. I have to on those occasions. But Christmas is an occasion where I'm like, surely we can all agree that being together and having great lunch and great dinner is enough. Why are we exchanging the exchange of the gift? I'm not comfortable with it.
Well, I think the kids, like I've noticed it in my family as I've grown up and become, like, I remember being the kid at the family Christmas, and now I've grown up as the adult and there's the new kids.
Yeah.
And obviously the kids get so much out of the presents. Like that is the big highlight for the day. I think for the adults, as you were saying, the lunch, the meeting, the conversation.
Yeah.
Not with the kids. That's a big part of it. And I know what you mean, because I think in our family, there was definitely a point where you start getting to the broader families and you're like, let's just stick to the nuclear. Let's just lock it down.
Josh, you know
know.
not to say that. He started saying nuclear for his family, the inner sanctum of his family.
I started to use the correct term to describe my family.
You started to use the correct term. No, it's incorrect, and you were confronted by many people that this was incorrect.
No one said I was wrong.
Are you saying it in like a chemical sense, like the nucleus?
I'm saying
Is that where it comes from?
probably.
So you don't know the origin, but you say it.
Do you know the origin of every word you use?
Yes.
What about
It's called the etymology, Josh.
I really like Josh making a big point, saying emphatically, probably.
But Dion, going back to my original point before Josh and I beat each other up with test tubes, can you negotiate with someone to not give gifts?
I don't know. I reckon it's a bit of a cop-out. So I know a couple...
Yes, it is. Sorry. It is a cop-out because the whole stress of Christmas is in the gift giving.
Yeah.
So many people say, what do they want? Oh, maybe, but do they need this? Or I have to keep the receipt because they want to return it. Someone requesting the receipt of you is the most... Who does that?
Who does that?
What do you mean? If someone doesn't want what you've given them and they say, hey...
Are you serious?
So that's happened to you? Can you tell us that has happened to you?
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
But
Yeah,
hang
it's
on,
really
if
strange.
you receive something that you didn't like, you're just
Thanks very
keeping
much.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end of the gift.
What about if it's your dad or mum giving it to you?
Mum got me Crocs one year, never wore them.
But you kept them.
She inherited them. She was like, I'll take them then.
I reckon for the last 6 years, my mum has bought me gifts and I've said, thanks, mum. It's okay. Return them all. Keep the cash yourself.
talking about?
I'll tell you what,
Absolutely.
Josh, if your mum is buying you Crocs, she hates you. She 100% hates you. She's sending you a message through Crocs.
Mum, Crocs again.
And the other thing that comes up always is the amount of money that you spent on them. And I had this discussion with my girlfriend, the idea of making sure that the gifts you buy for everyone are worth the same amount of money. And I'm very much firmly on the side of don't worry at all about how much it costs. Don't start with the cost.
Yeah.
Start with the gift idea.
yeah.
Whatever it is, if it's perfect for the person, it doesn't matter how much it costs.
Yep. Christian, do you ever look up the cost of the gift?
No, I'm not like that at all.
I know exactly how much a pair of Crocs costs.
But I think that one of the good things Well, the only real good thing about giving gifts is when you can do it in a big group.
Yes.
And subsidize the cost.
Or, you know what's really good? I've never done this in an episode. The person who organises that group gift. That person's amazing.
Yeah.
They collect the money, they come up with the idea, they buy the
Yeah.
present, deliver the gift. All you have to do is sign the card.
Oh, yes.
How good's that?
I love those people.
How high do you have to go for the group gift?
Really
though?
good.
I think it's always $30.
On each?
Yeah, if it's like over 10 people, $30, $300, you get yourself an Apple Watch.
You know the weird one though is where people ask for like $20 each first. It's like, what are you getting? Like, I don't know. Like, no.
Yeah.
Work out what you're getting first and then divide it up.
I would never contribute to a group gift without knowing what the actual gift being purchased is.
Could be crap.
Absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
not being solid with that.
Or they're finding the gift at a cheaper price somewhere.
Pocketing.
And then pocketing a bit of it.
Yeah,
I mean, they
yeah.
should. You know what? They should. They've done the legwork.
They should take a little bit off the top.
Yeah.
Really? You both think that?
Yep.
Why? What's that covering?
They've done heaps of work.
I mean, I agree with you. and I've done it.
Have you?
Yeah, of course.
Taken some off the top.
You just argued that it's something
We're
they can
saying
do.
a hypothetical how nice it would be. They should be
Yeah.
rewarded because of all that great work.
the
But
problem
no way
is-
they would because
No.
they would never do that to their friends.
No, yes. Let me clarify. If there's some remaining that you didn't foresee, what are you going to do with that money? Distribute $20 amongst
We-
8
we
people?
just-
Here's a cup of shitty coffee
We
each?
just established that the present is declared before you get the money.
Okay.
So there
in
should
that
never
case, I
be
wouldn't
any
do it.
left over.
Yeah, no, obviously then I'm not going to steal from my
Sorry,
friends.
Dion. You're going
Actually-
very red.
No, I know exactly how Dia would have done this. Found the price, told everyone what the split was, jumped on Ozbargain, found a coupon code, and kept the rest of that. Kept that extra 5%.
It's true.
But one thing that's interestingly happened to me this year is between me and my brothers who all have partners, I've noticed definitely this year has been, it's all referring to what do you guys want? What do the two of you want? What should we get those two?
I cannot handle that.
And it's the individual gift seems to be completely abandoned.
That sucks. I hate that so much.
Really?
But
How
they're-
easy is
that's-
that,
but
though?
it's easy, but they're two separate people
Yeah, exactly.
with different interests. It goes back to this thing about being best friends. It doesn't really, but
So what it inevitably ends up being is instead of being like a lovely individual thing for each of them, it's just like something for the house.
Yeah.
man, yeah.
Something for the bedroom. Bottle of wine.
So, Josh, is that what you're faced with this year?
Yeah. Having a long think about what do they need for the house? That's
It's
Gross.
so boring. It's just I hate that idea of being in a relationship and having your independence stripped of you. It's something
You're
that
getting
it's
gifts
something that
specifically.
kills me.
Wow, this is really in the Christmas spirit, isn't it, Dion?
I think such a nice gift to give a couple is an experience gift. So give them a gift voucher for a restaurant. I think that's such a lovely thing to do. It's always I feel like I don't do it enough, but when I run out of ideas, it's my default. But I think to myself, oh, why didn't I just come up with that in the first place?
Yeah, but can you give, and so just say you're buying a coupon for a lovely restaurant,
Yeah.
but lovely restaurants costs money.
That's true.
Can you give part of that? Can you say, hey, here's $100 towards your big expensive meal?
You know what, Christian? You've directed this question to me. I'm so much more interested in Josh's opinion on this. Josh, what do you reckon?
yeah. I think you can get a voucher or something that goes, here's a great place.
Towards your bill.
yeah.
Take $100 off your bill.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. You couldn't possibly do that, could you?
Nah, you
Christian?
buy the whole meal.
Yeah, of course you do. Buy the
You
whole
don't know what they're
restaurant.
gonna get, though. You don't know what they're going to get.
Doesn't matter. Blank check. Have some fun.
What about the gift that you get for someone that's 2 tickets to something and you're expected to be invited along? You're kind of like, oh, I got 2 tickets to this comedy show.
Great. Yep, great. I love that.
But it's so self-serving.
No, but that's the thing that you like, Dion. It's an experiential thing, particularly when this is great, is if it's a friend that you don't see that often.
Oh, that's
and
a
you're
nice
like,
one.
here's some tickets. We get to see a thing and we get to have a night together and catch up a bit.
Have you done that? I don't know if I've done that with a friend I haven't seen in a while. That's
Given
lovely.
gifts to friends.
I
Yeah.
think generally, like, a lot of the gifts between my brothers are that way a bit, which is really nice. Like, it's an experience. Like, last time we went to some Mario Kart go-karting.
Yeah, that
was
worked
great.
out well, didn't it?
That was great. It ended up being really funny because it was so shit.
Just before we end this, I'm not getting either of you gifts for Christmas, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, hang on.
Friends are not on the gift list.
Ever?
Friends are never
Nah.
on the gift list,
No.
right?
Wait,
Correct.
are you
Right, good.
confirming what Josh said?
No, I'm just making sure because I don't want to receive some kind of weird gift out of nowhere from either of you, and then I have to feel bad that I didn't get you one, okay?
I think it'd be nice to get each other gifts.
I'll get you some Otto and Spike socks. really, really good? You know what's really, really good? Really, really good. You know what's really, really good? You know what's really good? Getting the shit side of the family out of the way on Christmas Eve.
Really good.
Really good.
Do you know what's really good? When your family doesn't do anything for Christmas because you're Jewish, but also doesn't do anything for Hanukkah because they can't be bothered.
Really good. Do you know what's really good? When someone you've bought a gift for thinks they know what it is, but they're completely wrong.
Really good.
Really good.
And we love hearing your really good, so make sure that you jump on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and join our Really Good Fridays. We have now started doing giveaways, which is great. We're giving away some Otto and Spike socks. They're locally made, sourced ethically, and with them you get some Welcome to Patchwork stickers. So jump on our social media and join in the fun. And you know what Sean Simpson thinks is really good? Filling up your car and finishing on a perfectly round number.
Really good. And do you know what Liam Ferris thinks is really good? When you've listened to Welcome to Patchwork so much that you can easily distinguish between the voices of Christian, Dion and Josh.
Really good one, Christian.
Really good.
And one of the winners of the Otto and Spike socks for Really Good Friday was from Twitter, and it was Hitchy. And you know what Hitchy thinks is really good? When a ball gets kicked onto a roof, and after a tense moment thinking that it's gone, it rolls right over the gutter and back down onto the ground.
Really good. Really good.
Really good. You know what's
Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork. We hope you have a wonderful festive season. We hope that you see family, friends, and don't give anyone any gifts. As we said in the last patch, if we want you to be patrons of us, we are going to be patrons of other podcasts. So I, this week, will be subscribing to a podcast called Intercepted. It's basically a political podcast that gives this deep analysis of crucial issues in our time, and it challenges a lot of the preconceptions of the world we live in. And it's really great. I love it. It's released weekly. It's called The Intercepted, and I'll be becoming a Patreon to that podcast. You can also find us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And just to let you know, guys, we will be taking a short break over Christmas, coming back mid-Jan. We've also got some exciting plans for a live show, so keep your eyes out for that. Should be a lot of fun.
But as we do every week, we sew a new patch into our quilt of friendship. Josh, what did you sew into your Christmas patch this week?
Dion, my Christmas patch this week was me having a deep political conversation with a child before giving them a pair of Crocs for the house. And Christian, what was your Christmas patch?
Josh, I sewed into my Christmas patch me finally finishing my 2018 Christmas goodbyes just in time to do my shopping for Christmas 2019. And Dion, what did you sew into your Christmas patch this year?
My patch this year is me organising a group present for Christian, taking all the money, and then leaving the country without saying goodbye. Thank you for listening to Welcome to Patchwork this week. We hope you have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrate. I've been Dion.
I've been Josh.
And I've been Christian.
Ho ho.
Ho ho.
Ho ho. Ho ho.
And what about that capybara? That's the largest rodent in the world. It's got a lot of fur. God, and look at the way it's nibbling on that bit of celery.
Just looks a bit like Rafa Nadal. Look up a capybara. Yes, it does.
It does.